All right, longer running operations can be canceled from the web client. So this is a big deal if you've got a report or something that's running forever and I just want to cancel it. Microsoft is providing a cancel button based on the operation length of the process. Navigate trees more easily. So there are places within the application where I get a tree view of my data. So there's enhancements in terms of how the grid and the navigations work. Optimize use of space on a page. I've really noticed this one as I've been navigating through the sample or the preview environment. Microsoft has done a lot of work to clean up white space and to compress the data a little bit on the pages so I can see more information. Show and go related to records from a list. This is some additional functionality when I'm looking at a list view. The ability to navigate to the underlying record is much faster. All right, unhide parts on a page. So if you're familiar particularly with the role center, if I go and customize that, and I can show you this here. If you're not familiar with this, take a look at it. So I can personalize my settings here. So this is the ability to hide or move these sections. If I don't want this contact insights, I can do that. Or, the ability to hide or move cues around on the page. Sometimes what happens is when people do that, they lose the ability to put that cue or that section back on a page. So this is true in card views, that sort of thing, if I'm working with fast tabs or fact boxes. So there's some enhancements around the personalization capabilities that allow me to get those things back onto the page if I've deleted them accidentally. What you used to have to do before was to run this clear personalizations to restore the page back completely. I don't have to do that anymore. The other thing that the Unhide parts allows you to do from a development perspective is you can develop extensions to pages in particular and allow additional fact boxes or fast tabs, et cetera, to be on the page for the users, but they're hidden, and then the users could add them if they wanted. All right, additional find functionality in the Role Explorer. So if you've used, I believe this is called the hamburger, there's a find function now within the menu list to make it easier to find menu sections. So nice feature there. Filters and views more easily accessible. Oops, I dropped off accessible from there. So what this is improvements around the date filtering. So if you're familiar with, a list view, let's take my list of items. And I can expand the filter view. So there's some enhancements around how dates work here. But the other thing is, as I navigate between, my customized list views. So if I went here and said items by location, for example, if I'm navigating to some of these list views and I close my browser accidentally, the system is going to take me back to my last list that I had selected. So that's a nice enhancement. The other thing is that if you are linking to URL, so I don't know if people realize this, but I can actually copy this URL, save it, and it can be a direct link to a specific page, record, et cetera, in the system. There's some enhancements in the ability to essentially embed a list view into that URL. So if you aren't using URLs or you want to create links to them, just know that functionality is available to you already. But this is an enhancement around how the lists are going to be redisplayed.